Hello, everyone. It's Kim K&RP here in southeastern Manitoba. It is a beautiful, sunshiny day. It is currently -10 with the wind chill, that's Celsius. So, as the day warms up, it's going to be absolutely fantastic out there. Looking forward to spending some time outside, and I have to start my bedding plants in the next couple of days. Good morning, Moni. Good morning, Belinda. Nice to see you guys. I figured today we would just do something really nice and simple. So I'm going to um, do a quick tutorial on how to draw eyes. I'm just going to do it on scrap paper. I want to do more of those ladies with the glued on eyes and mouths. So I figured we could make some eyes today, and I would show you how I do it. So because they're going to be small, I'm going to do this. Hey, Diane, nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. Okay, I'm going to have to move my keyboard so that I can get closer. Oh my goodness, I have stuff stacked everywhere. Okay, so I'm not as prepared as I thought I was. Nothing new, all's good. Okay, we got this here so that we can draw it. And we'll put this over because that can be very disconcerting, that pattern underneath. So I grabbed some scrap paper just to give you a little bit. And I know a lot of you guys know this stuff, but those of you who don't, I'm just going to do a quick kind of a tutorial kind of thing on it. So if you've got a head, doesn't matter what kind of head. If you kind of think of it like a clock, so there's the 12, there's the 6, there's the 3, there's the 9. The eyes go in the middle of the head at the 3 and 9 kind of positions. Okay? And then the mouth goes like a third of the way down. So if we've got 4 and 5, it would be around the 4-ish, maybe 4:30 position. Okay. And of course, it would be this way. So you'd have an eye here, and this would be where your mouth is. And then where the bottom of the nose is, that would be the size of the ear from the end of the eye to the bottom of the nose. Okay. There we go. Rough face. Rough face. So eyes come in various shapes. You guys know I like to do the cartoon eyes, usually like this. We've got some cheekbones happening, the pupils, the irises, right? Fast, simple, very cute little eyes. But I think that today I'm going to do a human-ish eye with the shape, the shading, that kind of thing. So, and eyes are the worst things to get to match. They really are. So, basic eye shape is like this, pointed oval. Now, basically, the iris goes from the top to the bottom of that shape. Up here, we would have the eyelid, the crease for the eyelid, and then, of course, we would have eyebrow up above. Okay, right? So if that's the pupil right in the center of the eye, when you look at the eyeball, let's just color it in. Let's use we'll use a green. Okay, so of course the eyeball would be colored in green. But if you look at an eyeball, it is not one solid color. Not one solid color at all. Around the edge of the eyeball, I guess I shouldn't throw that away yet. Around the edge of the eyeball, I'm looking for a dark green. Are you a darker green? No, you're the same green. See, a little bit. Wow, I've got lots of the same greens here, guys. There we go. There we go. That's a dark green. So around the outside of the iris, there's a darker halo around the edge. That gives it that little bit of a depth. And then, of course, we've got a few of the darker lines that come in as well. Okay, and maybe you've got some like little light blue lines in there as well, kind of radiating out. This gives the eye that depth and shape and form. So then you would take the color that you started with and you would go over all that a little bit more solid so it looks like it blends. Does that make sense to you guys? Yeah, they don't need to match. I like that. I really do like that. Hey, Anfield Road. Nice to meet you. I feel like I know you, but I'm not sure from where. You're editing your vlog? Oh, nice, nice. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so when you've got that part of the eye, the white also, when you're drawing it, you want to take a little bit of shading because it's round, right? So we have to do a little bit of shadow on the edges. Again, for the depth. Eyelashes, of course, we got to do some eyelashes. I'm going to use my pencil for that, just a regular pencil. And eyelashes are kind of like the way I do my daisy flower petals. So we've got some going this way, and these are going this way, right? They flow along the eye, around the curvature of the eye. So down here they would go this way. Okay. Now, when you're putting this on a face and you want to add some eyeshadow, say you're doing one of your paper dolls and you're adding some. Oh, right. I saw you in Monica's. Yes. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Thank you very much for coming. So if you're going to add some blue eyeshadow, let's do her kind of like Mimi from the Drew Carey show. I loved Mimi. She had the really heavy blue eyeshadow. So of course it would just pretty much go up to the crease. But right in here, right in this area, right here, right above the iris, you're going to want that to be a little bit lighter, right? You're going to go in there afterwards with a white or a lighter color because you want to give it that shape. So it's going to be darker on the edges, darker to the sides, and fade in. And that gives it the shape, right? Same thing here, dark there, and very pale under here. Now, of course, if you're going all the way up to the eyebrows, do people still put eyeshadow on all the way up to the eyebrows? You can play with your neglected pencil crayons? Awesome. Awesome, awesome. So again, you've got the dark. You might not even want it as dark on the corner where the nose is, because we'll say that the nose is here. Okay. So up here, again, do people put eyeshadow all the way up to the eyebrows anymore? I don't know. I don't know. So it's going to be darker on here as well, right? And then, of course, the lighter, we would shade that in. Some white and just shade lightly in there. So it's got the shape, the depth. Okay, so now if you're putting it on the face, like I said, you put it on. Oh, you've got a lot of lid? Okay. It's been a long time since I've worn makeup. I don't wear makeup much at all anymore. I used to wear it all the time, but I mean, I managed a bar, so, out in public, you do that kind of thing. So if we're putting this on a face now, Again, it's the center of the face. The mouth would be down here, right? Nice happy mouth. You want to give a bit of a definition for the cheekbones. So you know that a lot of times you get the wrinkles under the eyes, the bottom eyelid and the wrinkles, but you want the cheek to have some color too, right? I know that I said we're just working on eyes, but I'm just trying to show you where we're going to do it, where we're going to put it. And of course, a lot of people have like those laugh lines, right? Love the laugh lines. Gotta have the laugh lines. Let's outline that in pen because I don't feel that it's showing the way I want it to. And of course, this is going to be really dark. Just kind of scribble that in. We've got some here. We've got these laugh line creases. There's the crease of the eye. And then we got the eyebrows. Obviously, like me, does not pluck eyebrows. Hey, Jen. I'm not making that into a monster. Hi, Maritza. Hope you're doing good. Haven't seen you for a while. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Maritza does some incredible crochet stuff. Incredible crochet stuff. Okay, so we've got the eye. As I say, we need that shading. We've got to have some shading in the corners. And it gives it that bit of shape. Maybe I shouldn't have shaded it with the same color as the eyeshadow. Ha. We'll go over that with some pencil. Just a light bit of shading with the pencil. I feel like this eye doesn't have as much depth as I would like it to have either, to be honest with you. I'm going to make the outer ring of this iris that little bit darker. It needs to be darker. There we go. Now I'm happy with that. Okay, so then we would have the cheek here. And of course, we're just going to do a light. Whoop. I'm holding all my pencils in my hand because this is an old cutting board. Obviously, I got melted, but it doesn't sit flat. And that's orange. Yay! Here's a red. Your eyes are green, you don't wear makeup? No. I don't either. I just can't be bothered. Must be the old lady in me or something. Okay, so when we're doing the cheeks, of course, it's going to have that little bit of definition. It's going to be a little bit darker around the edge. And again, you're going to have some white highlight where the cheek is the high point of the cheek. I think I'm going to go over this. I like the white to blend the stuff. This is not a Crayola. It doesn't give me my blending the way I like to have stuff blended. For some reason, I really like the way Crayola whites blend things. Go around that dark again. It can be very picky. It depends on what you want, what you're looking for. Of course, this is much bigger than I do because I do it usually for my paper dolls. Right? That this is when I do eyes mainly on my critters and paper dolls. Okay, let's put those pencils down. Put the pencils down, Kim. And again, like I say, I'm just going to use the white and I'm going to blend that. What do you think? Does that look like an eyeball? Exactly, Diane. My husband says the same thing. Okay, So we've got this. Of course, now we need that little sparkle in the eye, a little bit of white. And I have no idea where my white gel pens are. They must be upstairs. I still have my watercolor stuff upstairs from doing paint night with my girls. Yeah, I wanted to do it bigger so that you guys would kind of get an idea of how I do. I have some correction fluid left over from when my neighbor moved and she gave me all that stuff. So, of course, we have to give it that little white, the white highlights. Oh, doesn't want to highlight nicely. Come on. Maybe no. Anyway, it's got a white highlight. I'm looking for another white gel pen because normally I would have 3 or 4. Seriously. Slap him with a dead fish. Yes. Dead fish upside the head. There we go. So you get the little sparkle in the eye. I'll put another little one just here. Okay, so we're doing the cheek. Again, just a really nice little shade. And then we got the lips. So we got half a face. So does that make sense to you guys for how to do the eyes? And like I say, you can have, you know, some wrinkles, because I've got wrinkles, you know, come down under the eye like this. And then the laugh line wrinkles, which are lovely. It's a little heavy, but still, you get the idea, guys. I want you to get this, you know, there's the idea. Does that work for you guys? This, because I was showing at the very beginning how I normally do my eyes when I'm doing critters, right? I usually do my eyes like this, just a couple of fun eyes. So yeah, it would look like nails. They're not part of this. Well, they're part of this, but on the side. Okay, so there are better tutorials and everything on how to do it. I just wanted to give a quick breakdown. All right, so because I want to do it on my faces that I do little faces and stuff of, and I've got all these scraps, right? All these scraps. I've been using them for paper weaving because I saw somebody had done a lot of paper weaving and they used these pages in their journals. And I went, you know what? I have so many scraps. Why don't I do that? So I've done some just to use this stuff up. Right? Right. Okay, we'll take the pencil. And I'm going to go this way. And usually my faces, I'm going to do them in about 1 inch. Is that an inch? Let's get a ruler. Don't normally measure. Look at that. It's a little over an inch. Good enough. So I would do the 2 eyes. And again, that kind of a shape. Makes sense? Oh, thanks, Jen. Now we're going to do nice big eyeballs. I like the big eyeballs. I have to admit it. Let's color those in with a blue this time. Have a nice blue. What's it called? I have no idea. I can't read that. My vision is very off right now. So we've got the blue. Let's take this dark blue and we're going to go around the outside of it. It's the depth thing. Right, we got the dark blue around the outside. And the dark blue, we're just going to give a little bit of shadowing around the edge of those eyes. Okay, now we're going to take, let's just take a black marker. And I think I want this guy looking, or this one looking up and to the right. So we're going to go like this. You know, maybe they're a little crooked. That's okay. That is perfectly okay. And then we're going to take that white gel pen. We're going to put those sparkle dots on. We're going to put them on this side. And we are going to do the eyelid line. And now we're going to put some eyelashes on. Okay, so now I'm going to do a series of these along. And that way I can cut them and put them on my ladies. I don't know if you remember the ladies that I did with them, but I want to do some more ladies like that. Let me just see if I can find them. Like this. These ladies. Right? So the eyes are separate, the mouth is separate. I just add them after. So I'm building up my eyeball stash. Okay. Any suggestions from you guys? Am I doing it slow enough that you guys are understanding what I'm doing? Also, when you're doing the head, typically by rights, you've got an eyeball over here, an eyeball over here, and the distance between these two eyeballs is like another eyeball. These are very close together. They're not true eyeballs. But because I do whimsical things, I'm not as concerned. You know what? Let's erase that one. That one's far too far away. I had an eraser. There it is. See, this is why I don't like using pencil. I don't find it erases good enough. I like just freehanding and doing everything in ink. Everything in ink. What color eyes do we want? It is like a gray. There are gray eyes, right? Let's do, oh, that's a blue. It's blue. We'll do these blue eyes. Won't you make my brown eyes blue? Right? Song. Don't need songs. Oh, well, we all know that that's going to be broken leads. Darker blue. All right, just another shade of blue around the outsides for the depth and the shadows in the corners. Whoa, it's alive. Can you guys see? Okay. Hey, Miriam, nice to see you, hon. Oh, thanks, Jen. All right, all right, all right. We're doing a little bit of a tutorial on how to draw eyes today, Miriam. I have no idea what I meant to say. Okay, so let's put these pupils right smack dab in the middle. Looking at you, doll. Looking at you. And let's outline with the ink. I really don't like pencil, guys. I'm going to have to do something with that. For sure. When you do your eyes, remember to when you're doing the outlining with the marker, please remember to outline the irises as well. And we need some eyelashes. These are wild eyelashes. Whack-load of mascara on them, their eyelashes. Make them big. Make them big and long. Now, again, what I failed to do was a little bit of shadowing in here, right? We got to have the shadow around the eye itself. Little bit of shadowing around the eyes. Got to give that depth. Don't forget the shadings. Right? Better? A little bit. Not super happy. Miriam is Miriam. Miriam is our wonderful friend from Israel. All right. So yeah, I started off by doing a large economy size eyeball, just to show the shading and stuff, depending on how you want to do it. But I need little ones for my dolls, for these guys. So I'm going to be doing eyeballs and mouths. Okay, Miriam. Let's do a little bit rounder eyes. See, these are still really big. It's okay. It's okay. We're just playing and having fun. Just sharing how I do things. This is black. I don't always black. You know what? Let's have red eyeballs. Because we can. Sometimes people's eyes, when they're in a camera and the flash hits them and they get red eye. You know what I mean? Regular pencil will just go around that and darken it. Just with some pencil. A little bit of shadow underneath and above. Let's take a pen and yeah, some people don't shade. I'm a big proponent. I love shading, right? So we're going to outline this and around the eyeball itself, the pupil, do the crease for the eyelid, and the bottom eyelid. Now I can leave it like that, but we got to have some eyelashes. This one's just going to have like curled eyelashes, just little ones. Okay, now I didn't put the white spots in these eyes. Let's have it from here, and these ones can be from here. So when I do those ladies or whatever, I cut this and I put them on in a rectangle, and then I do the eyebrows on the face itself that I'm painting. The girl without a shadow, Peter Pan. Oh yeah, they didn't have shadows, did they? they lost their shadows. I remember. Okay, let's see if I can do, I wanted to do rounder eyes. Let's try these eyes, these kind of eyes. I gotta have some sort of fun, right? So these ones, the eyelids would be like this. Correct? Correct. And then we need some shading just right against the edge, like this. And at the very top, we just make these lines a little bit thicker, so it gives the idea of the shadows. And then let's do a blue. We'll use this blue. It's a nice light blue. Just have some fun with it. You know, just have some fun with it. Now we want some darker blue around the outside of that eye. Right? Oh, that's a green. Where's my dark blue? Is that the one I threw on the floor? I bet you it was. Oi. I have another one because it's in my hand because I'm hoarding pencils again. Oh, I've got a bubble right there. It's not going nice. Dark outside of the iris. We will put black centers. Now, also, of course, if you want them to truly be looking up or whatever, you're going to put the eye, like the whole color part of the eye up in the corner that you want. We'll do that on the next one. But for now, we'll just do the iris on this side here. So it looks like he's looking to the right. And we'll outline. Do the eyelid. Outline the eye itself, the iris. Make sure the pupil is dark. Now, these eyelashes don't really matter. These are fun eyes. I don't think I've seen eyes that are shaped quite like that in real life. Hey, Anne, nice to see you, hon. I'm just doing a quickie eye tutorial. Oh, look, the pen doesn't want to play now. Okay, we got some eyelashes happening. Now, don't forget, we need to take the shading and do the edge of the eye, the whites of the eye, to give it that little bit of shade. We got the shade underneath with the pencil. And all we need is the white dots for the sparkle. The sparkle. We'll put it over here again. And I found that address I was looking for. I'm going to be sending it out tomorrow. Okay. Now we're going to have eyes looking in various directions. Various directions. So for that, I think I'm going to make them a little bit bigger again so that you can see a bit better. And eyes are not symmetrical, no matter how hard I try. So we want these people looking up and to the left. So we know it's going to go here, right? That's going to be the pupil part. And then we're going to do the iris. I don't know if I've got the sayings backwards for these. Yeah, the pupil's the dark spot, and the iris is the black. So we're going to do it a lighter color here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's a friend. We're meeting them for lunch today. Because my best friend from teenage years is in town. And we all getting together because we all went to school together. Haven't seen the one that's in town for 20 years when we all celebrated. No, I guess it's been more like 17 years this year. It's been that long since I've seen him. Okay. So this one is looking up and to the left. Hey, Marty. Welcome, welcome. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, again, don't forget the eyelids. Don't forget the eyelids. Oh, does that make sense? Now, again, we got to remember, give this eyeball just a little bit of shading. Remember, doing the depth, guys. Got to do the depth. Let's do the eyelashes. I didn't outline them with ink. It looks like. Give them that little sparkle in the eye. Put it over here. The gel pen works. Now you can see the difference, like these ones are shaded around the eye towards the eyelid. We didn't do that on these. Hi, Anina. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. So we're going to take the pencil and we're just going to gently shade underneath and above the eye. And of course, along the crease where the eyelid is. I want just a little bit more shading in the corner of the eye there. So you see how you can get the eyes to be looking in various directions? We'll do these next ones in another direction. Ooh, they're going to be big. That's okay. Ooh, that one's nowhere near the same size. That's just a little bit too off. Off, I tell you. There we go. And let's have these guys looking this way. Right. So pupils and the color. Good morning, Janet. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. So I've decided this is going to be my new Tuesday time. The weather's getting much nicer out, and I really do need to spend more time on my yard. Plus, I need to repaint my garage door because the mural is chipping off. green, where are ya? Remember, do the dark around the edge. For the depth, right? Then we're going to add just a little bit. You know, you could do red, you could do whatever color. You don't have to do the same color as the eye. I just do the same color as the eye because it works for me. Okay, now this is going to be definitely oh, this yellow thing's not flat. It's making me crazy. But I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Hey, Steph. Nice to see you. Doing eyeballs today. So I've got definite lines here. Let's just take that white and see if we can blend it out just a little bit, which is fine. Between the dark green and the light green, I do have a pencil line in the middle there. It'll be okay. I'm not overly concerned. These are just for those crazy little dolls I'm doing anyway. Let's get this white pen working. Not happy with the pencil crayons. Those are weird shaped eyes. Let's fix that. Let's smooth that out a little bit. That's better. That's better. Okay, now pencil. A little bit of shading underneath, right? And on top. Both eyes. Do both of them. And that's the eyelid crease, so we want to make sure that that's got its shadows as well. For sure, for sure. I think that I want just another little white dot on the black. Oh, much better. Much better. Eyelashes. Hey, Pam, nice to see you. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. So, eyelashes. Let's do, of course, you could do the fancy doodled eyelashes with the big curls and the whatever, right? But again, because I want to use these on my paper doll heads for these cards that I do, right? This is what I'm going to be putting them on. Is this kind of a head? And I'm going to make mouths as well. So I do all kinds of various eyes because it's fun. But I'm out of eyeballs, so I have to make some new ones. So that's what I'm kind of focused on here. So we need some eyelashes. Trying to think of which direction the eyelashes go in. I drew a blank there for a minute. Out of eyeballs, yeah. Oh, thanks, Janet. Thanks. I love doing the, yeah, Kimbits. More Kimbits for sure. And as I was showing earlier, if you want to be semi correct, oh, see, I didn't turn the overhead lights on. Obviously, been a while since I've done this. Okay, so you have your head. Think of it as a clock, right? 12, 6, 3, 9. That would be an 8. 8, 7. So that's the center line, 12 and 6, right? So the 3 and 9 is the halfway point. That's where you put your eyeballs. Eyes are halfway down the heads. And technically, there's one eye another eye, and the same distance between the two eyes, there's like another eyeball that far apart. Then the mouth would be 2/3 of the way down. So I'd say it would be around the 4 and 8 marks, maybe 4:30 and 7:30, right? I think that's what we decided. So then we've got the mouth. And the nose would stop at the 4, right? There'd be a nose and it would stop at the 4. And that's technically how a head is shaped. So between the 3 and the 4, which is the edge of the eye and the bottom of the nose, that's where the ear fits in, technically, when you're drawing a proper head. But I just use that as a rough guesstimate, right? Because obviously I don't have eyeball widths apart on this. Because I am not a professional artiste. I play. You guys know that I play. All right. So on those other dolls, I had all different kinds of shaped eyes. Let's do these eyes. Oop. And that's fine. It's fine. We're going to have these ones looking up. And of course, that would be cheeks, right? So again, we would have eyelids across the top, eyelids at the bottom. If that makes sense to you guys, let's do the iris because he's looking up. She's looking up. Because when I get a face with this on, the kind of mom-ism I want to use with it is kind of like rolling your eyes, like, what were you thinking? Obviously, you were not thinking, right? I'm eyeballing it. Yes, I am. Yeah, heads are shaped differently, definitely. Oh, I'm glad you're doing good. You're doing okay. That's nice to hear. And how are your grandbabies? You were having, they must be getting quite large by now. And we are going to make these. What color? What color? What color? What is this? Black. No. We can have crazy eyes. We're going to use this one. It's red. We're doing red again. It's okay. So again, you have to do that little bit of shading around the rest of the eye. Shading. I guess I should have used pencil. Oh well. Oh, it's good. Doesn't really matter. They're fun. They're fun faces anyway. We are just doing fun faces anyway. And when I do eyes like this, I just normally do eyelashes like this. Just at the bottom. Like the sides, right? Because they're goofy. They're just goofy. Hey, Barbara, nice to see you. Good morning, good morning. And again, we're going to add little white highlights. Just doing a tutorial on eyes. These ones kind of look like bugs. Doesn't have enough eyelashes. Bug eyes. Bug eyes. Okay, I could just say that this one's bug-eyed. That works for me. Hey, Jan, nice to see you, hon. I know this is so early in the morning for you. I apologize. So I have enough to do a few ladies' faces with that, but we can do another strip. I have to watch my time because I have to head to the city. All right, So we started again, like I say, we started with this eye. I just kind of gave a basic on how to. And now we're doing little ones because I need the little ones. It's all about the little eyeballs, guys. Little eyeballs. Let's do some round ones. Totally round eyeballs. These guys can be looking down. Down, down. Now, those are cute little eyes. I could leave them just like that, but of course I'm not going to. We're going to put the color around them. Ooh, that one's a bit more color. And then, I'm going to take the red and just give it just a slight shading around there. So we've got the eyeballs. Let's outline the iris. Now we need the eyelids. Oh, those are big, big eyelids down there. Kind of droopy. You know what? Those could be wrinkles. This one's got wrinkles, guys. This one's got wrinkles. We'll just make that a little bit closer to the face. Oh, kind of sad eyes. Poor baby. Poor lady's got sad eyes. Shading. Don't forget the shading. Gotta give the depth there. Right. And since those are wrinkles, they're going to be shaded too because they're wrinkles. They're respect lines, right? I'm keeping an eye on you. I am. See those crocheted eyes I've got that I made, the ones with all the veins and stuff hanging off them. I throw them at the grandkids and yell, I've got my eye on you. And it keeps them in line, keeps them awake. Because I'm a crazy grandma. Eyelashes. We're not putting eyebrows or anything on yet because I don't know what kind of eyebrows I want these ladies to be having. Once I add them to the doll, then I do the eyelashes. Eyebrows. And the noses. The mouths I do separately as well because they're fun. I feel like I'm missing something here. The white dots. Here we go. And we'll put the little white dots there. Little bit of sparkle. Little bit of sparkle. Butter Janet, you're on a roll. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so now what kind of shape eyes do I want? I think I want, oh yeah. Because seriously, all my things are more cartoony than realistic. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. We're going to have eyelid and eyelid. Like that. Does that make sense? Can you guys see that? Butterfly eyes. Yeah, the eyes have it. Yes, actually, that's what I was going to call this stream. The eyes have it. The eyes have it. Yes. Now, these eyes, they got to have a little bit more wrinkly kind of things happening here because really. Whoa, stuck to my finger. What color irises do we want? How about this blue? That's a nice blue. So I don't know who was watching on Sunday, but I was talking about a course that I had taken on Saturday on how to expand your art business. It was in Winnipeg, and it was a lovely course. And I met some absolutely incredible young people. One of them a couple of them I'm following on Instagram because they do lino cutting, or this one person does lino cutting. But seriously, the stuff was like on a 2-inch square, detailed, fabulous, absolutely fabulous. And they print on both fabric and paper. Okay, so we need some eyelashes. Let's just do some eyelashes like this and like this. They're kind of happy, smiley eyes, I think. Yeah, it was a really interesting course. It was put on by the um, Creative Manitoba. So they support all kinds of artists, everything from the musicians to the visual artists to the fiber artists. Um, they support arts right across the province. And membership is quite reasonable, especially if you're rural. Well, I mean, even if you live in the city. But they have courses every month, both going there and participating, or a lot of Zoom courses. Yeah, it does take a lot of talent, but seriously, they were fine. I can send it to you on IG, Anne. I can do that. What's going to be in our heads now? Saturday in the park, that would be in my head. Or when Irish are easily smiling, yes. Oh, that's appropriate for this time of year, right after St. Patty's Day. All right, all right. A couple more sets of eyes. I don't know what I want to do. Let's do round ones again. I haven't. We'll do like owly kind of eyes. Oh, you know what? It's okay. Eyes are not the same size. They are not the same size. I will put ink on it and then we will shade that. We'll just go ahead and shade that like right away. We'll shade it all the way around. We'll fake it. Fake it. Gotta fake it. And the really cool thing is, you know how I really supported Defy and I kept sending all my stuff down to Florida and I just can't afford it anymore? I totally forgot. And I don't know how I forgot because I was involved many, many years ago. We have a studio in Winnipeg where people with varying abilities can have their own studios. They can be part of an art show. Absolutely fantastic. How do we want this one looking? Do we have anybody looking left? We've got this one looking left, but not straight left. Let's do it right here. We'll put the pupil right there. Right there. So I was talking to the director because she did a presentation at the course. And she said, oh, gladly make up some kits or whatever and and bring them on down. And so I'm excited. I'm excited. It's good to be back. It's been since before the pandemic where I was involved with face to face arts in my community, um, etc. The Tuesday afternoon group that gets together. I mean, some of those ladies I sat on art boards with. We've put together huge art shows. So it was just really nice to get back in the swing. Back in the swing. I just. Oh, these are cute. It is. It is. I'm really pleased. Plus, our art junction has opened again, which is anything that you perceive as an art supply, you can drop off there. And anybody running art programs or just plain people like me can go and pick stuff up. Because it saves stuff from going into the landfill. They weigh it as you're leaving. To show how much stuff they saved from the landfill that day. I think that's kind of part of their funding to do that. Yeah. Well, I mean, I used to sit on 3 different art boards at once. So it it is really nice to get back in touch with the community. Oh, what is under there? See, this was melted, right? So these ones are going to be nice far apart eyes. Yeah, Janet, they started it and then because they were in an old warehouse, it ended up burning. So it's taken a while for them to get back on track. It's called Art Junction. And they do courses and stuff there too, using stuff that people have brought in. So they'll do um like the sculpture art. What is that called? The word's gone. They'll do, you know what it's called. You put all those strange pieces together and you make dolls and robots and various things. Oh, drawing a blank. Your hangers? Yeah. The scrap project? Excellent. Yeah, see, that's just it. You know, the lady who first started the program was an art teacher. And I don't know if she's still involved. But I mean, I would get old menu covers, like the big vinyl menu things from restaurants. I got a lot of those because I did folders. We collaged them and did folders when I was doing the art therapy program. Yeah, there is. There is. But that just kind of makes me think that she may not be involved anymore because I know for a fact that when I was there, she would have gladly taken such. Gladly. Gladly, gladly. This guy's got bloodshot eyes. Well, it's going to be a lady. His lady's going to have really bloodshot eyes. So I'm not talking you guys through this anymore. Is that okay? I feel that if I keep explaining exactly what I'm doing, you're going to get sick of it. So my daughters and granddaughter-in-law have decided that we're going to be doing that paint night every other week. So I'm excited about that. And it was really funny when we were first discussing it. We were kind of deciding whose place we should have it at. And they said, let's have it at Mom's. She'll feed us. So as long as I feed them, they'll keep coming. Yes. And Barbara, have you seen those ones where they take the wire, like the clothes hanger, they bend it into a very abstract type shape. They put nylons over it or pantyhose, whatever you want to call it, gesso it, and then paint it into an incredible sculpture. Have you seen them do that? Yeah, Mom will feed us. Actually, my granddaughter-in-law cleans up. She's really good at that. Before we started doing the watercolor thing, her and I were painting up in my kitchen area, and I was spattering paint. She was doing a big canvas for over their fireplace. They just rented a new place, and the person who had it before them has 50 screws in the wall above the fireplace. So she wanted a big painting to cover it all up. So of course I had the canvas, and so I was spattering paint because she didn't have an idea what I was talking about. I suggested it. So of course it was everywhere, and she happily washed my walls and floors and yes, awesome. See, I don't know. It irritates me when people who aren't creative get positions like that, where they can't see, they don't have the vision. They can learn, granted, but really, goodness, annoying. It was a really fun evening, Janet, because my grandson, of course, came as well. And so he and Ron were out in the shop. My grandson had an idea for making a chessboard into a table kind of thing. So they laminated up all the wood and cut it and rejigged it so that it looked like a checkered chessboard. And they're at the stage where they're clamping walnut around the edges of it for the tabletop. And he wants a pedestal base. So Ron has to put together the lathe that um, the grandson's going to take once he gets a place to put it because it's too big for his lathe. Yeah, I know, Marty. She actually said that she would help me clean my studio. My problem is they used to live 15 minutes from here, 10 minutes from here, and now they're in the city, so it's more, half an hour ish. Once it's summertime or, I know the roads are going to be clear, I won't feel so bad about them driving out all the time. Mind you, they worked in the city, but still, whatever. She's a lovely, lovely, lovely young lady. Yeah. It is. It is. It was funny because before I started doing my first cooking one, I was doing a test run to figure out how long it would take to make whatever it was I made the first time round. Uh, Mayo and something else. Whatever. Anyway, so she was here and she was visiting and she kept asking if she could help. And it's like, no, I kind of got to do this on my own. But then she started talking and she asked me if I would go berry picking with her because she wanted to get strawberries for making jam. And she'd never made jam the way I make jam. Her mom makes jam, but she does the big batches where you 10 cups of strawberries and a couple of pounds of sugar or whatever. Huge batches, huge batches. They have quite a large family. So I asked her if she's ever had cherry jam, and she hadn't, because evidently my grandson doesn't share his cherry jam. So I had cherries in the freezer, and I made her a batch of cherry jam to take home. And that's why we ended up doing jam this weekend, is because I made some with her. Again, the pen's not cooperating. Oh, what are you scribbling on? You should pay attention. You have no idea what you're scribbling on down there. But yeah, she's an absolutely lovely young girl. Yes, it's not condensed milk, it's the sweetened condensed milk, like Eagle brand. Yeah, mine aren't normally the same either, Marty. It's eyes aren't equal. So yeah, I'm gonna do the sweetened condensed milk. Those are cute little eyes. Didn't have the shading, but they're cute little eyes. Let's do that now. A little bit of shadow underneath and above. And the eyelid line, eyelid creases. Yeah, because that stuff's so crazy expensive. It's crazy expensive. And especially at Christmas time, if you're making fudge or if you're making some squares and things, it's nice to have it on hand. The jam, if you're talking about the jam, Janet, it's microwave made jam. It takes about 20 minutes, maybe half an hour, start to finish, once you've let it sit for a little while. Yeah, exactly. It is crazy expensive. But like I say, I'm going to make half a recipe because the whole recipe makes a quart, which is fine if you're doing Christmas baking, but it's not Christmas. All right, more eyes. I have to check the time. Okay. I'm going to shut down at about 10:30 because I need to go to the city, meet the friends for lunch. Yes, I like that shape. This one's going to be looking up again. I haven't tried freezing the sweetened condensed milk. The thing is like even with the mayonnaise, Tina asked about freezing the mayonnaise, and I froze it. It separated a little bit. I don't know that I would use it for sandwiches, but I would use it in a dough or something, or something like that. Um, but because it's reasonably priced to make, there's no harm in trying it. It's not like you're wasting $6 or however much a can of that stuff is right now. If that makes sense. So yeah, I did try freezing the mayonnaise. It does separate just a little bit, Tina, just in case you watch later. Tina made the jam, evidently. And she said it was the easiest jam she's ever made. You've got chocolate cake made with mayo? Awesome. So yeah, I'm sure it would be perfectly fine for something like that. Now you know that normally what I would do is I would draw all the shapes and color them, so it'd be quite fast. Yeah, I think the last time I bought it, it was like $4 for a can. I can only imagine how much it's gone up since. Yeah, I've made chocolate cake with mashed potatoes. I'm also this weekend. I think we're going to do that. It's a wartime cake, no eggs. Can't remember exactly what it's called. I have the recipe. I just haven't done it for a while. You know how that goes. I only bake if I've got the kids coming over, because otherwise I eat it and my hips don't need it. And again, the shadowing the other end of the eye for the depth. Yeah, it's a small can. Yeah, no egg. Wacky cake. That's it. Wacky cake. Yeah, that's what it's called. I knew there would be somebody who remembered it. I like the easy stuff. I really like doing easy cooking, easy baking, cheap. Granted, the stuff that I've been showing isn't necessarily healthier than the store bought stuff. I lie. It's healthier because it doesn't have all the preservatives in it. But it's also, I mean, it's jam. It's got a lot of sugar in it. I think we need to be looking down here. I haven't had a lady looking down for a while. When I do it this way and I've got the eyes looking in different directions, I automatically think of Hollywood Squares. Do you guys remember that show? Exactly. Exactly. I know that eggs are a rare commodity for you guys right now. Must remember the eyelids. Can must remember the eyelids. It would be nice to have some purple eyes. Don't seem to have a purple. This is like a blue-gray. Yeah. Sweetened condensed milk is £1 50 there. I don't know what the exchange rate is on our dollar. Just a little bit of red edging. Pencil for shading. Pencil for shading. So yeah, my Sunday streams are all going to be cooking, and my Tuesday morning is going to be this kind of thing. You know. Never realized just how when you put eyelashes on, they look like bugs. Sorry, Belinda. Okay. Let's do the dark outline on this eye. Dark edge around the iris. Yeah, I know they're not letting them do eggs, right? You want cake for breakfast now? Do you do the mug cakes at all? Thanks for coming, Anfield. I think your name's Lee. Is that what Moni said? I'm starting at 9 o'clock on Tuesdays, Barbara. I have lots of outside stuff I want to get done in the yard this year. I have to repaint my mural. And my garden. Yeah. Okay, so we did all these little eyes and one big eye. And those eyes, but we don't count those eyes. So I want to thank everybody for being here today. I appreciate each and every one of you in chat and visiting. And, you know, because we go off on tangents, we usually end up on food, right? We usually end up on food. Thanks, Jan. So thanks, guys. Nice to see you. Everybody up in the balcony, thank you for being here. Anybody who watches the replay, thank you as well. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I loved it. I love it. I love it. Seriously, I love it too. So, hey, Canadians, anybody out there, elbows up, hugs to you all, and I will see you around. Thanks, hugs. Bye now.